So like we pointed out yesterday, the Derrick Henry contract extension completely just nuked, destroyed, overcooked Dalvin's negotiations with the Vikings, because now, I mean, how can he justify getting a penny more than Derrick Henry, the 2019 rushing champ, as well as the dude who carried the Titans throughout the playoffs? Probably ain't going to happen, right? So that was a very friendly team deal, that 4-year, $50 million extension, which averages out to $12.5 million per year, which it's got to be a disappointment for Dalvin. It's probably great news for the Vikings, Rick Spielman, Rob Brzezinski, etc. I mean, it's far below the McCaffreys and the Zeke Elliott's of the world. And the reason Derrick Henry caved is because he saw the future, potentially playing out the franchise tag this year, $10.278 million this year, and then the Titans could just tag him next year and then pay him $12 million and change. So he saw that, he decided to settle and took what he could get at this point. And the Vikings could deploy a similar strategy with Dalvin because, again, why did Henry cave? Because the franchise tag is the average of the top 5 salaries at your position, and then they average out amongst salary cap hits amongst the last 5 years. It's all very complicated. Rule of thumb, basically, just think of top 5 salaries average, right? And if your position is not getting paid and those contracts are being eroded, like teams shying away from giving running backs lucrative second contracts, that number's going to keep going down. I mean, because for the past 4 years, the franchise tag for the running back, while it's been going up at every other position, has gone down. 2017 is $12.12 million, and then it's fell precipitously over the past 4 years. And that's because the mega contracts of guys like Adrian Peterson, Chris Johnson, they gone. They ain't coming back anymore either. Chris Johnson, by the way, surprisingly made more on his extension in 2011 that Derrick Henry did in his extension in 2020. By the way, when the cap was $120 million back then versus $198 million and change now, which is it's just insane. It's absolutely insane. And yes, with the averages, you do have the McCaffrey as well as Zeke, but also Derrick Henry's average, his tag this year at 10.3, was with those two contracts factored in. But also, going forward, you're going to lose the $13 million and change of Le'Veon Bell. You're going to lose the $13 million of David Johnson, and they ain't coming back, right? As well as the cap could stay flat or go down in 2021. So that franchise tag could very well be sub $10 million next year, which is horrible news for Dalvin Cook. But also, the specter of tagging him next year and potentially the year after that, I mean, that could be enough to prompt Dalvin to be like, all right, so we got dealt a crappy hand here. We're just going to take what we can get at this point, and then sign a Derrick Henry adjacent type extension, which I think would be a fair compromise given the circumstances, given you don't really know about Dalvin's long-term health from year to year. And I think it would make sense for both him taking what he can get when he can get it, as well as the Vikings hedging their bets with Dalvin. And I don't see it necessarily as punishment for Dalvin either. I mean, if he did do a long-term extension now, it would be filled with mainly fluff and lots of trapdoors for the Vikings to get out of anyway. That's a Rob Brzezinski special. And it probably wouldn't even be the Derrick Henry deal in terms of average or guaranteed money. Also, his career earnings through his first 3 seasons on his rookie deal is just shy of $5 million, $4.933 million. So if he was tagged for 2021, just say $10 million for ease of math, that would nearly double his career earnings up to this point. Also, it would be fully guaranteed if it got to that point next year. And also, hell, if Dalvin has a studly 2020, maybe he does reset the market. Maybe he does eventually get that Zeke and McCaffrey type money. Probably unlikely, another year older, but if he stays healthy and it performs, you never know. But say he's tagged in 2021. If he's tagged again in 2020, then he's guaranteed at minimum a 20% raise, at least up to $12 million. So, I mean, this should be relatively appealing to Dalvin as well. $22 million through 2 seasons, because if he went after a long-term extension, that's probably going to be the extent of the guaranteed money, which is ballpark with Derrick Henry. He's got about $25 million in effective guarantees in his new deal. So that should be the jumping off point for negotiations. Like, if you can do better than $22 million guaranteed throughout the first 2 seasons, go for it. If not, play the tag game, right? So it'd be great for the Vikings and also see if Dalvin can stay healthy, as well as great for the cap. I think it's extremely reasonable as you head into uncharted territory. Who knows what's going to happen in 2021 and beyond. But your thoughts, Dalvin Cook and the Vikings playing the tag your Rick game. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, pull us up on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.